Looks like they're breaking the Jezebel Dream Team and bringing in J. Ryan Love. From what I can gather, J. Ryan Love is Pamela Marsh's tax buddy, and he doesn't really have a picture. If you guys find a picture of J. Ryan Love, send it to me at ruddavis@yahoo.com. But let's give J. Ryan Love a call and see if he'll answer his phone.
You have reached the United States Attorney's Office for Pensacola, Florida. Our office is currently closed. Our normal business hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. To spell by your party's last name, please press 2. Leave a message. Using the keys on your touch-tone phone, please enter the name of the party you wish to reach, last name first. Your call is being transferred. Please hold.
You've reached the voicemail of Ryan Love. I'm currently unavailable to take your call. If you would, please leave your name and number at the sound of the tone, and I'll be glad to return your call as soon as possible. If you'd like to speak to someone immediately, please press 0, and you can speak to our receptionist. Please be advised that any message left on this voicemail will be subject to retention and archival by the Department of Justice. Have a nice day.
J. Ryan Love, how you doing? My name is Rudy Davis. My phone number is 972. My email address is ruddavis@yahoo.com. And I see that you have been invited for the Jezebel Dream Team with Pamela Marsh and Tiffany Hope Eggers. And now you too will be invited to prosecute a Baptist minister who has spent 8 years in prison as an innocent man. And you will have Judge Margaret Casey Rogers as the judge in your case. And I see that you've worked on cases with her before. So I would just like to share with you, sir, that now that you're on this case of my friend Dr. Ken Hovind, that Judge Margaret Casey Rogers has referred to his Baptist ministry, Creation Science Evangelism, as a extensive criminal operation. Not only that, but during the sentencing transcript of Dr. Hovind, Judge Margaret Casey Rogers referred to Dr. Ken Hovind as worse than a rapist. There's 8 people that signed an affidavit that said that they heard her say that, although the trial transcripts, when they were delivered to my friend Dr. Ken Hovind, were altered. And so I would ask you to maybe, if you can look into that, that would be great. You are there, I hope, for justice and to do what's right. I hope you're not there just to win a case and to put an innocent man in prison who's already spent 8 years in prison, and now you guys are looking to sentence him to prison for another 20 to 100 years. And for what, sir? For mailing a letter, a lis pendens. He's trying to do what's right and notify a potential buyer that there's pending litigation about the property, and now you guys want to convict him of a crime that could put him in jail for the rest of his life. He's 62 years old. Hope you're proud of yourself. I hope when you get up and look at yourself in the mirror that you think, I'm doing something really good today by putting Dr. Ken Hovind in prison for the rest of his life. You know, what's done in the dark will come.
The message has reached its maximum duration. To send your message, press 3 or hang up. Your message has been sent. To get transferred to an attendant, press 0. To access the voice portal, press the star key.
All right, that really wasn't long enough at all. I had a lot more to say than that. My goodness, I feel like calling back again. Let's call back again.
Oh, that's enough.
No, I didn't get the chance to talk about anything I wanted.
You got plenty.
No, I got to talk about a lot more than that. Hold on just one second. All right, let's continue this. That wasn't nearly enough time. 1-850-444-4000.
You have reached the United States Attorney's Office for Pensacola, Florida. Our office is currently closed. Our normal business hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. To spell by your party's last name, please press 2. To leave a message in our general mailbox, please press 0. Thank you. Using the keys on your touch-tone phone, please enter the name of the party you wish to reach, last name.
Your call is being transferred. Please hold.
You've reached the voicemail of Ryan Love. I'm currently unavailable to take your call. If you would, please leave your name and number at the sound of the tone, and I'll be glad to return your call as soon as possible. If you'd like to speak to someone immediately, please press 0, and you can speak to our receptionist. Please be advised that any message left on this voicemail will be subject to retention and archival by the Department of Justice. Have a nice day.
Yeah, Mr. Ryan Love, this is Rudy Davis again. My phone number is 972-839-9848. So you've joined this team of girls, Pamela C. Marsh and Tiffany Hope Eggers. You're going to be prosecuting a man who's never smoked a cigarette, never drank alcohol, tried to win souls for the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ, and you're going to be proud of that? Do you understand that Judge Margaret Casey Rogers referred to Kent Hovind as worse than a rapist? Not only that, but the crimes that she stacked and gave him the maximum sentence for, even though he had never been convicted of a crime before, that when she stacked the structuring charges on top of one another and gave Kent Hovind a sentencing of 10 years, do you understand that the IRS has recently came out and apologized for misapplying the structuring laws to law-abiding citizens, and that those structuring laws were meant to be applied to illegal drug runners, embezzlement, organized crime and the likes, and that a Baptist minister is not an extensive criminal operation as much as Miss Margaret Casey Rogers thinks that it is. You see, Miss Margaret Casey Rogers seems to have a problem for Kent Hovind. IRS agent Scott Snyder has made it his life's goal to keep Kent Hovind in jail. But when Kent Hovind finally gets out of jail and God works a mighty miracle, those two people will be exposed. They will be exposed for the crimes they have committed, and they will lose their positions. I absolutely believe that. And see, there is massive public scrutiny coming upon the Kent Hovind case, and the actions of IRS agent Scott Snyder and Margaret Casey Rogers will come to light. I would ask you to look into that first case, and I would ask you to think very carefully about your involvement and whether you're going to be proud of your role to prosecute this man, Kent Hovind, who's nothing but a good, godly man. And you need to think very carefully about your involvement in this case and your involvement with Judge Margaret Casey Rogers.
Message has reached its maximum duration. To send your message, press 3 or hang up. Your message has been sent. To get transferred to an attendant, press 0. To access the voice...
All right. John... I guess it's John. It's J. Ryan Love. It's 850-444-4000. Okay? And all you have to do is type in like 2 or 3 and then you spell his last name, which is L-O-V-E, Love. Listen, guys, these guys are like thinking we're going to be... Let them come after me. Let them find something on my tax returns in the past 7 years. They've already sent me a bill for $25,000. The IRS has already targeted me. The Secret Service has already showed up at my door and tried to intimidate me and my wife. Immigration's Customs Enforcement tried to get me fired from my job. We're already living in a tyrannical system where these bastards, excuse me for getting excited, these bastards think they can target us and be a weaponized mechanism of this Puerto Rican collection agency under the rule of this usurper foreigner fraud Obama and this Department of Justice Eric Holder. Now I'm asking them, please come and do what you think is best. And some of us will retaliate. You know, when I heard that Kent Hovind got put in jail for structuring, you know what I did? I went to my bank and I withdrew $9,999.99. And I gave the judge's phone number on the video and I said, you guys call the judge and see if they come arrest me. Do you know what they did? They came out and apologized for applying structuring laws to honest law-abiding citizens. You see, they're going to look for anything honest. And I'm saying, please look at me and do whatever you think is best, but I am tired of living in fear. I am tired of living in a system of tyrannical BS. I am tired of being under the thumb of these bastards who not only come after Kent Hovind, but anybody who tries to support him. And enough is enough. And these guys need to be put on notice that we are no longer going to live in fear. They are the ones. They are the ones who need to live in fear. They are the ones who we are watching at, and massive public scrutiny is going to be watching every single thing that they do. And if they think they're going to get away with putting even another 1 day on Ken Hovind's sentence, they got another thing coming. Some of us are going to rise up, and it's just enough is enough, folks. And I don't care who these people think they are. This magna cum laude Pamela C. Marsh, this fancy prancy Miss Tiffany Hope Eggers, and this new addition to the Jezebel Dream Team, J. Ryan Love. They got another thing coming if they think we're going to lay down and let them put our brother in Christ, Ken Hovind, in jail for the rest of his life. Some of us will not stand for it, and I'm absolutely sick of it. I mean, it's just, we got to spend all of our time and all of our money, quit our jobs, get on leave of absence, send out emails, get on radio interviews, all for what? Because these guys are evil bastards and they don't know how to follow the law? Are you kidding me? I'm sick and tired of them. I'm sick and tired of these evil bastards running the world, running everybody's life, causing us to just waste our time. Why don't they let an innocent man out of prison and do the right thing instead of being the bastards that they are and trying to put another notch in their belt like I got to win another one instead of doing what's right and do what's just? I'm sick and tired of these bastards. I am absolutely sick and tired of them, and I pray the wrath of God on them. I really do. I pray, if God can look in their future, and if he can see that they're not going to get saved, and they're just going to be nothing but just trouble, right? Trouble for the rest of our lives, and they're not going to get saved, then God, I pray you take them out. I pray you just take them out. There's no point in Ken Hovind, been gifted with this beautiful mind of his and talent to promote creationism and knock down the laws of evolution, to rot in jail for the rest of his life. And now they're bringing in this J. Ryan Love, and any research about him, you can tell he's teamed up with Pamela Marsh. They're like tax fraud buddies or whatever, and I'm sure they're doing the bidding of Margaret Casey Rogers and doing the bidding of this Puerto Rican collection agency. Absolutely makes me want to puke, man.